Hare Krishna. So let's start the video. So as soon as you get your PPR request, you will open it and you will see this link, the blue colored one. Just click on that link, and as soon as you click on it, it will move you to this platform. Then you can search for the web form, or you can just simply type VFS web form Canada, and then you will get this option. So click on the first one and then do as it is described in the video. You can just follow the steps. So, did you enroll for your biometrics for this application? Yes. Even if you gave your biometrics earlier, you can still select yes here, because even I had given my biometrics earlier and it's valid for 10 years. So, I have to select yes, and I gave it in Kolkata. So, after that, you have to check if your PIN code or your area is serviceable or not to deliver your passport. So, check it out. And if it is, then below, when you scroll down, there will be options to write your address. So, you can accordingly write your address there. But if it's not serviceable, then there are some different criteria. So, my area was serviceable, so I had to just scroll down and write accordingly. So you can just do that for yourself. So you can write your flat number, or if you don't have your flat number, write your area or street number, something like that. Or I think you will have something or the other, because if you don't have the flat number, you might have your plot number, you might have your door number, something like that. So you can just write it down there. Then there is floor. So you can write the floor, and if you have an Assam type house, then you might not have a floor. So that's fine, you can just write some street address. And sometimes it's not necessary to fill all the all the spaces, like the floor. You might leave it empty, you can try it out. Below there is an option called continue, so you can just click on that. And if it takes you to to the next platform, then you don't have to fill all of it, right? You can leave it blank. But if you have some doubts, you can just write it some particular address, like you can write your street number in the floor. Okay, so you can do something like that. Okay, so now after that, there is something called sample PS letter, if you see below. Okay, so you can just write your city. I think that's easy. So the next process where you might get a little bit of confusion, that will be this sample PS letter. So please check on that, what document you have to upload here. Okay, so click on it, check on it, and then move forward. So now you can write your application number here. In I wrote some random number, so it was wrong. So when I clicked on continue later, it was not taking me to the next platform. So you can write the correct application number for yourself and give your contact number. You can also give your father's in the alternate contact number and your date of birth accordingly. After that, there is this, have you enrolled for the premium launch? I didn't, so no. And I'd given my biometrics back in 2019, and I don't even know that whether it was available at that time. So I had not. And SMS service, I had opted for it because it's always the first time when you do it, right? So if it's for the second time, you might not, because you get the same email. And then there is this upload the PDF. So upload the sample PS letter that you have checked. So just upload the same document here. And remember one thing, the first time you have downloaded from the internet, just click on that one. If you rename it, sometimes it doesn't get downloaded. In my case, that happened. I don't know why. You can just try it out. Okay, and then you can just check how much is the amount and continue, and then you will get the payment link. So after you get the payment link, just pay the fees, and then you will get the emails accordingly. In the email, you will get all the information. You can just pause the video and you can also read through this emails. So you have to fill two forms. So let's start filling the consent form. So you can just try to read through the whole page if you want, and then you can start filling the forms. So let's start filling it. You can fill the form in block letters. So I'm writing everything in block letters. Even the email address, I have written in block letters. So I'm just trying to show you that it's better if you write it in block letters. You might write it in small letters or your regular handwriting, but it will be more clear and more clarity will be there if you write it in block letters. So I'm trying to understand, let you understand that through this video. I hope you are getting it, why I'm crossing it and why I'm writing it again in block letters. So just try to do that. and then you can give your signature and the regular basics, your date and where you have signed it. So this part is done. Now let's move on to the next part of the consent form which you have to fill. So this page, you don't have to fill anything because you're submitting it personally. Okay, if you're not submitting it through somebody else, you don't have to fill it. So just leave it blank. You don't have to fill it. Okay, I haven't, and still I got my passport, so you don't have to fill it. If you're giving it your passport by yourself personally, you're giving it to the courier service and personally you're taking it. And now in the next page you have to fill the first one where you the applicants wishing to provide biometrics. So you are wishing and you have already provided it, right? So you can just fill this part, don't fill the second part. Okay, leave it blank, don't fill it. After that you have to fill this form which is the courier or SMS request form. So fill it properly, and if you don't have the enough spaces, then you can fill it in the empty spaces there. So if you have a long name and the blanks are not enough, you can fill it in this empty space. For address also you can do the same. If you have a long address of your home, you can do the same, but fill it in block letters, okay, so that it's clear. Now put all the documents inside your envelope. So the documents that you can put inside your envelope, first is the consent form, second the courier form, third your passport, fourth the PPR request form that you have got, and fifth one which I had put, which was extra, which was not written in the email, but still I put it there because I've given my biometrics. I don't want to leave any confusion there, so I put the correspondence letter also. So there my it was written that my biometrics is updated and it's valid, okay, to the duration it is. So you can put all these forms inside of the envelope and sealed it properly. And then at the back of the envelope you can write your name, your address and your phone number. So this was not mentioned in the email, still I wrote. After that someone will come from Blue Dart to pick your passport, and then you can share your AWB number with them, but they already have it. And after that you can start tracking your passport. You'll also get emails and SMS at the same time. So on 25th of March I received this email where there was a PDF attached. This PDF was attached there, and my AWB number was there, which will be valid when the password will be sent back to me. So this particular AWB number which I'm tracking right now will not be valid after the password is received at the IRCC office, and then while sending it back to me, then this particular AWE number which they have given me in the email will be valid. Okay, so basically you will be having two AWE number. First one which you track when you give it to them, and second one which you track when they are returning it back to you. Okay, so on 28th of March I had received the last email from IRCC or VFS, and I checked on the portal. So your application tracking number, this has been received and is under process on 28th of March. After that, when I tried tracking it in the Blue Dot application, I was not able to do so. So my AWE number or the reference number was valid only till this particular time. So after that, I was really worried because there was a long gap. So on 7th of April, finally, I received an email, and I also went to the VFS side and tried checking it, and it said that my envelope is under process. So, and then again, I started receiving the emails and the process went on. I started tracking, and finally, I got my passport. So you can just see the dates and the time, and don't be afraid, you will get it. Okay, so count the working days after it reaches the IRCC office. Okay, so count the working days, don't count the Saturday, Sunday and the holidays. So I think it took 8 days for me after it reached the IRCC office to get an email from them. Finally it got delivered, and I was hoping that they will put the stamp in the first page, but it was in the middle of the passport, so I was really getting worried, but thank god it's there. Okay, and after that I got an email, and I checked my portal after that, and I had got another correspondence letter which will be required in the immigration. Thank you.